This girl took a picture of me when I was using the bathroom. Story time. So right after we got evacuated, I took my cute self to the stove because your girl needed the essentials, water, deodorant, all that good stuff. While I was looking for all the things I need, I realized your girl has to go boom boom. Just kidding, I just had to pee too. Well, anyways, I was in the bathroom doing my thing, and then randomly someone comes in there and they start busting open all the stall doors. Keep in mind, I was in there by myself, and I was just sitting there doing my business like, okay, what's going on? So this person gets to my stall and they try to bust the door open. But your girl made sure she locked that stall door. Then this person starts shaking the door from the top. Like I'm just sitting here on the toilet and I see someone's hands reach over and try to shake the stall door. I was pretty freaked out, not gonna lie. So I wrapped it up, and as I was buttoning my pants, I see someone's phone come from underneath the stall door. Then I hear the camera noise. This bitch really took a picture of me. Part 2 is about to take a weird turn. This girl took a picture of me when I was using the bathroom. Story time. Part 2. So I'm sitting there a little freaked out because some random person just walks in there and busts open all the doors. Except for mine, of course, because I had that bitch locked and loaded. So I get freaked out and I start buttoning up my pants because I'm not about to get walked in on. Then this girl has the audacity to take a picture of me while I was buttoning my pants. So I did what any sane person would do. I chased that bitch. I waited till she got outside of the store and then I pulled her by her ponytail. Yeah, I'm a savage. Call me 21. Just kidding, don't. And then she starts freaking out. Oh my god, I didn't mean to. And I looked at her like, girl, what do you mean you didn't mean to take a picture of me? You literally put your phone underneath the stall and took a picture on purpose. Like what? And then she explained to me that she thought that I was one of her friends. And I was like, so you be taking pictures of your friends in the bathroom? Child, you sus. But honestly, that's none of my business. All I told her after that was, I don't care. Can you please just delete the photo? And she did. And now we're friends. This man pulled down his pants and peed right in front of me. Story time. Okay, so I told you guys I work at a clinic, and about a month ago, I was COVID screening at the door. Well, this crusty man came in trying to use the bathroom. And I was like, sir, I can't let you in the facility unless you have an appointment. He was like, no, I'm just trying to use the bathroom. Let me in the fucking bathroom. And then he tries to walk past me. Luckily, security was there and they kicked him out. And I thought that was the end of it until I was talking to security and I turned my head, and right outside the window, I see that musty crackhead whip out his eggplant and start peeing on the window. It was a very unpleasant sight. What made this even worse is the fact that he peed right in front of the pediatric side of the clinic. If I was a parent at that clinic, I would have been pissed. So security ends up chasing the crackhead, but he got away, and then he ended up calling the cops. Tell me why that crackhead was so stupid he came back to go to the pharmacy, which is right next door to the clinic. And right when he got to the pharmacy, the cops showed up and arrested him. Moral of the story, don't pee in front of a clinic. I'm gonna tell y'all about the time I was toxic. Story time. So let me throw it back to the time me and my boyfriend started dating. I was crazy in love. Emphasis on the crazy part. Well, anyways, one day we made plans to hang out, and I was supposed to drive to his house after work. So I get off work and I realize that he hasn't messaged me in 5 hours, which isn't something he normally does. So I started freaking out. And not gonna lie, at the time, I had my speculations about a couple girls. So I messaged him, hey, I just got off work. And I waited about 30 minutes and still nothing. So that's when I said, I'ma head out. And I drove to his house. Keep in mind, at the time, he lived an hour away from me. So I drove to his house, and tell me why on the way there, my car breaks down. Like my car was literally smoking. But the good news is I was only like 2 minutes away from his house. So I park at this nearby Starbucks and I start running to his house. The very first thing I did when I got to his house was look through his window. Yes, I told you guys I was crazy. Part 2 is gonna be embarrassing. The time I was toxic. Part 2, story time. Okay, I guess the better word would have been crazy because toxic really isn't the word, but still, I was crazy. Anyways, I drove to his house and my car broke down. And then I was literally running to his house crying. Like, I looked like a hot mess. I looked like a bum. Because the whole time, I thought that he was at his house with a girl. I thought he was cheating on me. Like, that's why I thought he wasn't texting me, is because he was talking to another girl. That's why I was crazy. So I get to his house and I peek through his window because I was like, ooh, I want to see what he's doing. So I peek through his window and I see nothing. It was too dark. So I come around to the front door and I bust through it. I flung that door open so hard that I put a dent in the wall. Like I was ready to beat his ass. So coincidentally, right when I busted the door open, his roommate was right there. And he was like, hey, Kenzie. I was just standing there looking crazy with tears in my eye. And I was like, so where's Luke? Where is he? I was literally confronting his roommate just to find out that he was sleeping. I can't tell you guys how crazy I felt. Moral of the story, don't be toxic. This 6-year-old man tried flirting with me at work. Story time. So last Friday, I was at work getting that coin, and in the middle of my shift, my lead had me do some COVID screening. Anyways, this old man comes out of his appointment, and he sees me sitting by the door. First thing this old man says to me is, "Damn! If I knew you worked here, I'd come in more often." I don't know what it is about me, but for some reason, old men are always hitting on me. Like, I don't understand it. And how am I pulling y'all with this big old zit on my forehead? Like, y'all really don't care. Anyways, he continues talking to me, and he's like, I might need a caregiver, and I think that you would fit the position. You can massage me, we can do other things. I looked at him and I was like, I'm not qualified for all that. I just work here. Then he left, and I thought that was the end of it. But then he really came back. He came back just to talk to me. My own boyfriend doesn't even do this for me. And when he came back, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I never introduced myself. My name's Craig. You got a boyfriend?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, tell your boyfriend that Craig is gonna steal you." Jail. Then he told me don't have kids and left. My neighbors saw me naked. Story time. So sometimes a bitch sleeps naked because I get hot up and because I heard a lot of good things about it. But anyways, this particular night, a bitch was naked and I woke up out of my slumber thirsty as fuck. Like I was literally feeling like SpongeBob when he went to Sandy's. But a bitch didn't put on clothes like a normal person because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and no one was up. So I thought it would be a good idea to get out of bed and get water naked. So I'm getting my water and minding my own business. And my boyfriend's mom decides to come out of the room. And she knew I was in the kitchen, but she didn't know I was naked. And she starts walking towards me. And I was like, oh, hell no. I wasn't about to have my boyfriend's mom see me naked. You got me fucked up. So I thought it would be a good idea to run outside the back door, which leads to our backyard. But because I did that, my boyfriend's mom obviously thought it was suspicious. So she opens the back door and calls my name. So I run through the side of the house to get to the front of the garage door. My thought process at the time, I was going to put in the garage code to get into the house through the garage. But that didn't happen. Part 2 going to be funny. My neighbors saw me naked. Story time. So I ran through the side of the house to get to the garage door that's in the front of the house. Keep in mind, I am bare booty cheeks naked, running outside just so my boyfriend's mom didn't see me naked. So I get to the garage door and I put in the code. The code wasn't working. And I'm just standing there freaking out like, no. I was standing right here, butt naked, trying to put in this code. And the fence is pretty low. So if my neighbors came out, they would definitely see me naked. Which is exactly what happened. It was 3 a.m. and my neighbors came out. I guess I was being super loud. So my neighbors came out and they're like, "Hey, who's over there?" And I literally stood there frozen as fuck. Shook. I looked like a deer in headlight. After I was done freaking out, I thought it would be a good idea to book it. So I started running towards the front door. That was the dumbest decision ever because if I didn't do that, my neighbors probably wouldn't have seen me naked. Once I decided to make a run for it, the outside light came on because the light is triggered by a motion sensor. Then the light flashed on me and me and my neighbor just stared at each other like. Then I ran for the front door, which happened to be unlocked.
This story time is how my toxic ex-boyfriend stole $5,000 out of my bank account to give to a girl he was cheating on me with. So I've been with my ex 3 years prior to breaking up. We met at a party. He seemed pretty cool. And from there, he was really nice and different from any guy I met. Any other guy I talked to didn't seem interested in me, but him. It was like he was obsessed with me. He even said that he loved me after 2 weeks of talking. I thought it was cute, but I wasn't trying to get serious so soon. He came off very strict of what he wanted, and one of those things were me. And after 6 months of meeting this great guy, he completely changed. He became physically and emotionally abusive. I even tried to leave at some points of the relationship. One day, he asked if I could spare him some gas money because he needed to pick up his mom's medicine. So I trusted my boyfriend of 3 years and gave him my card to take the money out the ATM. When he came back and gave me my card, he went ghost for 2 days. And of course, I was upset and I blew up his phone, afraid of what happened to him. When I checked my bank statement, it showed that he took out $5,000. If y'all want to know what happened after that, this is part 3 of how my toxic ex-boyfriend stole $5,000 out of my bank account to give to a girl he was cheating on me with. So after he lied and told everyone we broke up, I found out he was cheating on me with another girl and used the money I gave him to give her her first and last month's rent. I knew exactly what apartment the girl lived in because his mom had told me. I went to the front desk and asked if there was a Kayla, and I lied and said it was for a family emergency. So the guy at the front desk was able to reach her. She had came down, she walked to the desk, and the guy at the desk pointed her towards me. I walked up to her and asked if she knew who I was, and she said no, and I broke everything down to her, telling her everything our boyfriend lied about. And she was so nice, she had no clue that any of this was going on. She even cried, but I told her to stop because I had a revenge plan and that he was going to get everything that was coming to him. And I asked if she wanted to join, and luckily she said yes. So if y'all want to know what happened after that, let me know down below in the comments. And this is when it gets juicy. This is part 4 of how my toxic ex-boyfriend stole $5,000 out of my bank account to give to a girl he was cheating on me with. So after I met Kayla, the girl he was cheating on me with, we created the ultimate get back plan. So she had to completely act like she never met me. She told him she wanted to meet up and go on a surprise vacation and that she wanted to do something fun. And him being dumb, he agreed to it. She told him to pack a bag of his nicest clothes and bring his passport. He came to her place with all his things and they got in a car. I was on the floor in the back seat and he had no clue. So she drove really far from home and stopped by the gas station because she wanted to get frisky. She told him to take off his shoes. Him being dumb, he took off his shoes. She told him to get out of the car real quick because she needed to get the surprise from under the seat. And I popped up and he jumped back. Then I closed and locked the door. He was lost and got mad and started yelling at me, calling me all types of names. If y'all want to know what happened after that, please let me know down below in the comments.